The savanna quivers with heat, a restless sea of grass under a pitiless sky. A band of Australopithecus afarensis crouches in the brush, gaunt bodies trembling with hunger. Their bellies are empty, ribs etched against skin. A mother digs her fingers into the dirt, pulling up roots too dry to chew, while a male edges forward clutching a sharpened stick. Ahead, a wounded warthog stumbles, its flank torn by a leopard's claws. The tribe watches with desperate intensity. The moment explodes into motion. They surge forward. Stones arc through the air, one slamming into the animal's skull. A male lunges, spear driving deep into its side. Dust erupts, hooves kicking wildly, then silence. The tribe swarms. Teeth sink into warm flesh, hands tear sinew, children claw at scraps. For a heartbeat, the silence of hunger is drowned by the raw sound of survival. But survival never lasts long. A low snarl cuts the air. From the tall grass, amber eyes burn. A leopard, furious at losing its kill, slinks closer, muscles coiled to strike. The hominids freeze, blood dripping from their mouths. The predator lunges. Panic erupts. Mothers snatch children, warriors scream and hurl stones. One male thrusts his spear, striking the cat's shoulder. It falters but springs again, teeth snapping inches from flesh. The band scatters, abandoning the half-eaten carcass. The leopard drags its prize back into the grass. Hunger returns, sharper than before. The band regroups at a dry riverbed. Dust swirls where water once ran. Lips crack, eyes glaze with thirst. An elder collapses, wheezing. A child faints in his mother's arms. The truth presses heavy upon them. Their land is dying. The riverbeds are bone dry, fruit trees barren, herds vanished. They must leave. Barefoot, limping, driven by need, they begin their migration across the scorching plains. Hours blur into days. The wounded male from the hunt lags, a festering cut on his leg swarming with flies. Another binds it with leaves and sinew, but fever burns him. Still he trudges on, leaning against his kin. As dusk falls, the horizon darkens. Winds whip the grass into violent waves. Clouds, black and bruised, gather overhead. The storm breaks with sudden fury. Thunder cracks. Rain lashes down in sheets, soaking fur and flesh. Lightning splits a tree aflame, fire and water battling in the night. The ground becomes sucking mud. Mothers clutch infants, stumbling. Children cry, pressed to their chests. The band scrambles up a rocky outcrop, huddling beneath an overhang. The storm rages for hours, a deafening war of sky and earth. At last, dawn rises and silence settles. The savanna has changed. Rivers now surge with fresh torrents. Pools glisten where dust once ruled. The tribe plunges their faces into the water, drinking deep, relief flooding their bodies. But their peace is shattered. On the opposite bank, another band of hominids appears, rivals, gaunt and desperate. The two groups lock eyes. Weapons rise, stones, sharpened bones, heavy sticks, all ready. For a heartbeat, time halts. Then violence erupts. The clash is primal. Stones crack skulls, bone shards slash flesh, shrieks echo across the floodplain. One warrior collapses into the river, blood clouding the water. Females rush children behind rocks while males grapple, teeth tearing at ears, fingers gouging eyes. The chaos is brutal, brief. The rival tribe, weakened, retreats into the tall grass, leaving behind a fallen kin. The victors stand heaving, dripping blood and mud. They drag the enemy's body ashore. Hunger overwhelms hesitation. Flesh is stripped, marrow sucked from bone. Even children watch, wide-eyed, learning the law of survival. But the savanna has more trials. Days stretch into weeks. They march onward, guided by the scent of damp earth, by faint glimpses of green on the horizon. Along the way, a female gathers herbs, crushing leaves against the festering wound of the injured male. She spits pulp into the cut, binding it with grass. He shivers, breath ragged, but the infection slows. Primitive medicine buys him time. The land shifts. Ahead lies a narrow ravine, shadowed and jagged, the only passage to the greener valley beyond. The band enters cautiously, stones in hand. The air is still. Too still. From the rocks, coils unfurl. A python, thick as a tree trunk, slides into their path. Its hiss rattles the ravine walls. It strikes, fangs sinking into the arm of a young female. She shrieks, thrashing. Chaos erupts. Warriors slam stones onto its skull. Spears jab furiously. At last, the serpent's head caves, body convulsing before falling still. The girl trembles, venom coursing through her. Her mother chews bitter herbs, pressing the pulp into the wound, binding it with grass. She lives, but weak, her body limp against her mother's chest. The tribe presses on. The ravine opens. Before them stretches a valley alive with abundance. Herds of wildebeest thunder across open plains. Streams glisten, ripe fruit hangs heavy on trees, and the scent of life fills the air. The tribe collapses at its edge, drinking, gathering berries, hunting small prey. For the first time in many moons, relief softens their faces. But survival is never gift alone. It is earned. That night, fire crackles at the camp's center, embers carried carefully from a lightning-struck tree days before. Flames paint their faces in gold and shadow. Children huddle close, mothers tending wounds, warriors sharpening sticks. Smoke curls into the night, joining the stars. The tribe has endured storm and predator, rivals and serpent. They have lost blood, kin, innocence. Yet here they sit, united, sharing food, protecting fire, guarding children. At dawn, they will rise again, stronger. They will press deeper into the new lands, carving survival into each scar, each memory. For in unity they endure, and in endurance they carry the ember of what will one day become humanity.